Hey guys, welcome to another video. I believe this is my 5th video on this channel. I think I've hit over 100 views on, I think, my first 2 videos, so thank you guys for that. It means a lot for your support. But yeah, this video is going to be about, the 2022 gubernatorial race. These are kind of overlooked because most people care about the Senate more, but governor's races are quite important. If you saw Florida, DeSantis, he really shifted the state red. So yeah, a good governor can make a difference. So obviously the red wave is gonna tilt a lot of my predictions right-leaning, but if it was, so here are the current governors. Obviously there was a flip in Virginia in November. And yeah, and then you have Kansas, Massachusetts, and Maryland. These are obviously really weird because they're probably gonna flip this time around. So we're gonna go over the safes first. For the safes, we have Vermont. This is only if Phil Scott decides to run again. I'm not sure if I think he is running again. If he runs again, it's gonna be safe or red because Vermont, obviously the bluest state in the nation, but they love their Republican governor, who's like liberal on everything except for fiscal policy, which is why he calls himself a Republican. You know, he's really nothing like a Republican. And Massachusetts, their Republican governor's not going to run again, so that's not going to be safe red. New Hampshire is going to be safe red because Sununu is running again. He's really popular there. He won by like way over double digits in 2020. And then let's see, Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina, Georgia. No, not Georgia. If it was like a maybe a better incumbent than Brian Kemp, I think he would be safe in a red year. But let's see, Texas. Yes, Texas, I believe, is going to be safe red. I don't trust I know some like outliers are saying, oh, better over. He's going to make it close, but I don't see how he has any realistic chance of even pulling it below 15%, because he's anti-gun. He's a lot of issues. He's quite liberal on a lot of issues in Texas. I personally don't believe it's a swing state. I still believe it's a red state. And if Democrats keep treating it like it's a swing state, that's why they're going to keep losing. In 2020, you saw a lot of Democrats thought it would somehow flip, and Trump, he was able to overperform the Latino vote, and he still won. Oklahoma, Kevin Stitt, who just signed the abortion ban. Arkansas, Hutchinson, and then Kansas, they have an incumbent Democrat governor, which is the only reason why it's not going to be safe, I believe. Nebraska, South Dakota, it's Kristi Noem. She only won by a little bit last time, but I think this time she'll win by a lot. Wyoming, obviously. Idaho. Oh yeah, Florida. I believe Florida is going to be safe red because DeSantis, he has raised so much money. I don't believe that the Democrats, like the Democrat main frontrunner is Nikki Fried, who is not an ideal candidate for a red wave election because she's obviously quite left-leaning. And then I would say Ohio, because Ohio, you saw in 2014, he went like 30 points for Kasich. 2018, it was really narrow because of the blue wave. But I'm thinking Ohio's just shifted so far to the right, I think. And Democrats don't even have a candidate, so I think it's gonna be safe. Let's see, maybe Alaska. Yeah, Alaska, and I think that's okay. So I think those are gonna be the safe reds in my opinion. Now for and for the safeties, California, obviously they're never gonna elect a Republican governor unless it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Uh, Rhode Island, small state. Uh, I don't think I think Illinois wouldn't be safe. I think the Democrat would still win though because of Chicago. Hawaii, obviously. Okay, we'll put New York, although that could be a little closer. New York. Um, yeah, I think those would be the. I think those would be the safeties. I know it's only 3 states, but there's a lot of likelies. For the likelies, I'm gonna put Maryland, Massachusetts. The only reason they're not safe is because they currently have Republican incumbents. That's why. And then Illinois. I think that's and for the Republican likelies, Kansas, Iowa. Because Iowa used to be a pretty Democrat-leaning state, not anymore. And this might piss some people off, but I think Arizona is going to be likely because Carrie Lake, she's running in a very favorable environment, whereas her opponent Katie Hobbs is not very appealing to voters. Because Arizona, in the end, I believe it still has that red lean to it. It has way more registered Republicans than Democrats, and a lot of the McCain Republicans didn't really turn out in 2018. But you saw in the governor's race, Ducey won by a lot because he's like more of the establishment wing of Arizona. So yeah, so I believe that's gonna be. And hey, Katie Huff's just. I don't think she's gonna. I think she is a. She's a leftist, obviously. And she's obviously been criticized for her role in 2020 election. Also, like, I think there was a racist incident, so I think she's going to be quite controversial, which is why I think Arizona's going to be safe. I mean, likely are. I would put Georgia likely are, but they don't have. There's Camp in Purdue. They don't have a clear cut primary winner yet. So yeah, I believe these are the. These would be the. Yeah, these would be the likelies. Now on to the leans. Georgia, Stacey Abrams. I don't think she didn't win. She couldn't win in a blue wave. So what to suggest she's gonna win in a red wave? Yeah. I'll put Wisconsin because their current governor Tony Evers, he's polling quite low. He's not very popular, and Wisconsin has a rightward trend. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. No, never mind. And I believe Nevada could be because the current governor is just elect. I don't think he's handled COVID quite well, and he's not also kind of polling badly, and the Republican wave will probably take him down by a lean margin. So yeah, and then I think those are okay for the Democrat leans. Minnesota. I don't think Republicans are gonna flip that. Their current governor is not that unpopular, Tim Walz. Colorado. Most people would say likely. I think the Republican wave would be able to reduce it to under 10%, which is why I think it might be. Obviously, I don't think the Republicans are going to win it. So yeah. the leans, and then I think maybe Oregon. Oregon's probably going to be lean. Their current governor, Kate Brown, she's quite unpopular. She's quite controversial. She signed a lot of controversial bills into law, I think. So yeah. And I think these might be the leans. So for the tilts now, tilts. We're gonna have Michigan, tilt Pennsylvania. Reasoning, Michigan, Whitmer. She, I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna survive a red wave. I think she's gonna get. She's gonna fall to the red wave. Nothing suggests she won in the blue wave, where you had Rick Snyder, the incumbent Republican, who was really unpopular because of the Flint water crisis. So she won by quite a bit then, but I don't think she's done anything to make like a state, Michigan, Rust Belt state, really like her to keep her in a red environment. Ditto Pennsylvania. Their current incumbent Tim Wolf is retiring. Josh Shapiro, he's a weak candidate. He was only reelected in 2020 against a no-name unknown opponent by barely margin. So I think he's a pretty weak candidate. I think a Republican candidate the red wave would sweep him over the line, or sweep the Republican candidate over the line. In Connecticut, I think it's going to be Till R. Why? That might sound weird. Connecticut is obviously a blue state, but in 2018, the blue wave, Connecticut's governor's race was only decided by like 3 points. Yeah, so, which is why I think in 2020, the red wave would be able to barely swing it over. But obviously we know at the Senate level it's not going to go Republican, so that state's probably going to split their ticket. And then I believe New Mexico is going to go Republican. Mark Ronchetti, he heavily outperformed Trump in New Mexico in 2020, and he resonates with the voters there. New Mexico, obviously, the state that they didn't really like Trump. But I think they would like someone like Ronchetti, especially in a red wave year, because obviously Biden's approval is going down by a lot, and a lot of people are obviously not happy with his spending a lot of money in Ukraine. And inflation issues. People just don't like his how he's dealing with it, so that's why his approval rating is quite low. In Maine, Paul LePage, I think that's going to go Republican. He barely won in 2014. 2018, he couldn't run, but I don't think Janet Mills is a very popular governor in Maine. It's kind of a lean Democrat state. But I think in a red wave year, LePage populist appeal will be able to he'll be able to get the white liberal voters in the state that don't really like Trump. So yeah, this might be my this is gonna be my prediction, not my. This is going to be my prediction as of right now. Obviously, it could change, but yeah, please leave your comments about what you thought. About my prediction, and yeah, that's gonna be it for today. It's quite late now, so see you guys next time. Bye bye.